Okay, so one more little thing I should probably do in here is just some final cleanup issues. Let's see, I like this control, and I think if I go back into the hypergraph here, this control probably, this one here should be parent to this one, so it'll follow it around. Okay, great. It's hidden. This dirty group here is going to be... what did I do? Did I hide something else too? Oh, you fool. I think I grabbed the back control. I take this and I go and I hit there. And somehow this one's hidden in here. Okay, so I'm just going to hit F and bring that back. Not F, H. Boop. Brings it back. Okay, so that's what I did earlier. I must have, when I was doing G, I think I hit H on it and I hit it. So this thing, if I grab its dirty group and then I go and I grab this and I press P, it's parented in. Okay, if I go in here looking for the IK, okay, clavicle here, that should be following the other clavicle around. Okay, so it's gonna, the clavicle is being controlled here. Okay, and so what I'm gonna do, the clavicle is being controlled here. If I go and I find this, hold on a second. There's our IK one, and we find our binding one right here. If I select this one first, and then I select this one, I hold down Shift, and I'm just going to go in here and put a constraint on it so it follows it wherever it goes. Now this thing, we don't ever want to see this again. I'm going to put it into a group called Do Not Touch _ GURP. Okay, great. These forward controls here, we don't want to see those ever again. And actually, you know what? I made a mistake here when I put this clavicle on here. I'm just going to fix it. I'm just going to get rid of that constraint. Because I don't care about that. I think I want this to follow the normal clavicle around here. So if I select this thing and I grab this last, and I go in and I give that a constraint, orient. And actually, I should also give it a point constraint when I'm thinking about it. Just hold on a second. If I select this first, hold down Shift, select this. I'm going to go in here and I'll just give it a parent constraint, and I'm going to turn off maintain offset. And when I do that, nothing weird should happen. Okay, it should just follow along. That's great. And you know what? I should also do the same thing with the this other one back here. I'm just going to undo this, grab that orient constraint, delete it, and I'll select the good clavicle, the bound one, and hold down Shift and select this IK here, or the IK clavicle, and do the parent constraint again, maintain offset, boop, so it follows it around. Okay. And anything else in there? Okay, so that should be good. And I can take this thing and I can parent that into the do not touch group. The IK arm, we're never going to see that again, so I'm going to hide that in here. The elbow, control, I can either choose to, I think I might parent it in here. God damn it! Let's try it again. P. And, okay, that's cool. The do not touch group, I can just go over here and hide it. Remember, you select it and you just hit H, it hides it. And so now we got this control. Yip, 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 yip. And, oh, you know what? I have to evaluate that. I wasn't thinking about this stupid thing here. I'll worry about that one later on. When I zero this out, bloop, there it is. And there's a rotation issue in this. If I go in and I do this, this isn't rotating anything, and I've got the IK here, and take this and put that into the do not touch group. Just gonna check, is the elbow working? The elbow twists, okay, great. And then the big question is, why doesn't that follow? So if I go in this thing. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, so I just found that I did something wrong with the orient constraint, so I had to redo it again, and everything's fine. And I was parenting this control into the do not touch group. I was smoking crack again. I'm just going to take this control and I'm going to parent it to the clavicle control. So whenever I rotate the clavicle, the hand follows around. And there's something wrong there too. What was I doing? Oh, no, I'm going to get a little bit confused. Anyway, whatever. I'm going to say this is good enough for now. Okay, actually maybe it's not. There's a problem with this following. Also, too, the clavicle joint here needs to follow this joint around, so I'm just going to parent that into place. And so when I do this, that follows. Everything's not bound up in here, but that's working. Okay, good. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Maybe two more things I'm going to do in here. I'm just going to make sure that I've got my God control. I think I've shown how to make this before. Just going to make it larger, freeze it. There's no history on it. We'll call it God control underscore control, enter, done. And I want to parent my upper body control to this thing. And I'm going to grab my foot controls. And I hit P. And so whenever I grab this beast and I rotate it around, the whole unit should follow, the whole rig. You can see everything's not bound on here. And maybe one last little thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the finger controls on the IK handle here. You can do it on your forward kinematics one if you like the forward kinematics rig better. And if I just go in, we don't need these scale values. I'm always keeping these really frozen out and everything like that. I'm just going to zero this out. This is interesting. Now, what the hell did I do wrong this time? Okay, maybe I didn't freeze this out earlier? Okay. I'm doing some things wrong. I'm going too fast. Okay, well, I'm going to pretend that I'm not going to use these, and I can go down here and hit lock and hide and get rid of them. Unless I want to hide that for any reason. For my fingers, if I go in here and I select this thing and I go add attribute, what I'm going to do is quickly go in and I'll put in index. Okay, you can make a whole finger curl if you want to. You can make them all do it individually. Minimum, we'll make that -10, the maximum 10. Great. I'm going to hit OK. Oh, and I did that. I closed it down. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to add attribute again. And we'll call this next one mid, and we'll go minimum, -10, maximum 10, add, and then I'll do another one. I'll do the ring, ring, and then minimum, -10, maximum 10, add, pinky, and crap. I hit some other hotkey again. It's hard with this big microphone in front of me. And I'll just do one, and I hit my caps are locked. Okay, great. And I'll just do one, and everything should be cool. If I go and I grab this joint, and I know that it rotates along the Z-axis here, I can see the blue, so that's telling me what it is. And I go highlight, set driven key, and it's loaded. If I'm being sneaky, I could probably do all of them at once, so I'm just going to highlight all these things and load driven. Whoop! Highlight them, rotate Z, load driver, and I was smoking crack. That wants to be the driver right there. And dook, there. And this one's going to be the index. Okay, and these are all highlighted, everything else. I'm going to hit key. I'll grab the controller, and I'm going to make the index close. So when I go to a +10, I'm going to say it's closing, and I'll take all these joints, and I'll just kind of try to make a fist. So I get them kind of ballparkish, and then I kind of do them one at a time. Actually, that's pretty good. I'm kind of happy, and I'll key it, and then I'll take this, and I'll take this index, and I'll go to -10, and I'll do something weird with it that I'll probably never use. Right? Now, I wouldn't do this with a robot, so why would you do it to your kids? And if I go in and I rotate this, I'll make some kind of weird gesture with it or something like that. maybe I should hyperextend it. I'll just be normal. Bend this back and there, something like this. And so these are all highlighted when I hit key. And va-boom, index -10 to 10. Okay. And I'm just going to stop this here. So that's the extra add-on. So everything's together. I got to do the same thing on the other side. I got to grab these joints, flip them over to the other side, and orient them. You might be able to get away with doing the skeleton mirror joints and before you do it, but you're going to have to do some of the other hookups and everything like that on the other side. And I'm going to stop this one here.